Let me ask you one question before we actually start. If an attacker entered your company right now, while you're watching this, how long would it take your team to actually know? Not what your dashboard says, not what your last audit reported, not what was presented at the last board meeting, actually know. Because CrowdStrike's 2026 Global Threat Report found that the average attacker moves from getting into the spreading across your systems in just 29 minutes. The fastest is 27 seconds. And IBM's 2025 Cost of Data Breach report found that the average organization takes 181 days to identify a breach and another 60 days to contain it. Let me put this side by side. Attacker moves in 29 minutes, enterprise discovers it in 181 days. That gap is not a technology problem. It is a business continuity problem. And here is what it makes it worse in 2026. Attackers now have AI. They are using it to write perfect phishing emails, move faster through environments, and impersonate your leadership convincingly enough to authorize financial transactions. One example, in 2024, a finance employee at Arup, a global engineering firm, transferred $25 million after a deepfake video call that appeared to show their CFO and colleagues. Every participant was fabricated. And this is not what I am saying. It is as per Financial Times 2024. So that was not a phishing email. It was a fake boardroom. So the old question, can we keep attackers out, is no longer sufficient. The right question for every leader today is, when they get in, how far they can go and how fast can we stop them? So think of your enterprise like a large international airport. Every day, thousands of people move through it. Employees, vendors, partners, contractors, devices, applications, APIs. The terminals are your business applications. The gates are your access points. The baggage systems are your data pipelines. Air traffic control is your critical infrastructure. And in the perfect world, everyone inside the airport is supposed to be trusted. Now imagine one person gets hold of a genuine staff badge. They do not break the door. They do not cut the fence. They do not even look suspicious. They just badge it. They walk through the same gate as everyone else. They move through the restricted areas. They blend into the normal flow of business. And that is the modern cyber attack. The most dangerous breaches today often do not start with a hacker breaking in. They start with someone logging in, using the credentials that look completely legitimate. And this is where many leaders get it wrong. They assume an attacker needs to be highly technical to enter the system. But in reality, there are many ways to get that badge. Sometimes it starts with phishing and social engineering. An employee receives an email that looks like it came from the CFO, IT support, or a trusted vendor. No spelling mistakes, no obvious red flags, just one urgent message, one convincing link, one rushed click. And suddenly, the attacker has the badge. Sometimes it starts with credential-based attack. A username and password leaked in the previous breach are reused somewhere else. The attacker does not need to guess anything. They simply try the key to another door and it opens. Sometimes it's MFA fatigue. The attacker already has the password. Now they flood the employee's phone and approval request late at night. The employee is tired, confused, frustrated. One tap to make it stop and the attacker's walking. Sometimes the badge doesn't come from your employee at all. It comes through your supply chain, a vendor, a contractor, or a third-party system that has legitimate access to your environment. The attacker compromises them first, then quietly uses that trusted connection to reach you. And sometimes the threat is already inside. A careless user, a compromised partner account, these are the hardest to detect. So the real question is no longer can hackers really break into the airport? The question is, how many people are walking around with a badge they shouldn't have? And once they are inside, you can actually see where they are going. Because in today's enterprise, the breach does not begin when data is stolen. It begins much earlier, when trust is given to the wrong identity. In 2023, MGM Resorts was hit by a cyber attack that reportedly began with a social engineering call to its IT help desk. Attackers impersonated an employee, gained access, and disrupted hotel and casino operations across MGM properties. And that led to a negative impact of $100 million on its third quarter results. So now we know the first truth. attackers do not always hack in, they log in. And that brings us to our second topic of the day. What happens after they get inside? Because the next 29 minutes can decide whether this remain a small incident or become a full-scale breach. Let's see. They get the batch. One AI-generated phishing email, no spelling mistake, no red flag, written by tools like WarmGPT, an underground AI model with no safety guardrails, one click, credentials stolen, badge acquired. Or they use MFA fatigue, flooding a user's phone with push notification, one tap, full access. Minutes 1 to 10, they learn the airport. Quiet, patient, they map your Active Directory, find domain controllers, identify forgotten service accounts, locate the contractor batch that still opens door from the project that was closed 2 years ago. This is where identity sprawl becomes your biggest hidden vulnerability. Too many users with too much access, too many forgotten accounts, too many systems connected without clear ownership. To leadership, operational complexity, to an attacker, a master key. And if your enterprise has deployed AI Copilot with broad access to internal documents and emails, the attacker doesn't even need to explore manually. They can simply ask it, show me all the documents labeled confidential. Summarize the last 90 days of finance communication. Your own AI tools become your problem. Now 10 minutes to 29 minutes, they find the master key and move. One old service account with an unchanged password, one developer token with production access, 1 weak link upward. Then lateral movement, using your own tools, remote desktop, PowerShell, file shares, no new malware, no signatures to catch. The SolarWind attackers did exactly this. They moved silently through the networks of US government agency and Fortune 500 companies for up to 14 months, using legitimate tools, mimicking normal traffic, staying below thresholds before anyone knew. And 14 months inside, undetected. By the 29 minutes in your environment, one compromised batch can become access to your financial system, your customer records, your executive communication, your cloud management console. And your security team may still be asking, is this alert real or it's just noise?